Hello, everyone. Today, we're diving into some big ideas about how economies function and how government policies, productivity, and inflation shape our standard of living. Let's start with the benefits of a market economy. In a market economy, decisions about what to produce and how to produce it are guided by the interactions of households and firms in markets. Prices act as signals. When something becomes scarce, its price rises, motivating producers to supply more and consumers to use less. This system encourages efficiency and innovation because firms compete to attract customers by offering better products at lower prices. When markets work well, society's resources are allocated to where they're most valued. Here's a question for you. What are some potential downsides of relying solely on markets to allocate resources? That brings us to our next point. Sometimes governments can improve market outcomes. Economists call these situations market failures. Examples include externalities, like pollution, and public goods, like national defense. Governments can step in to correct these problems, say by taxing polluters or funding essential services. The challenge is finding the right balance. Too little intervention, and problems persist too much, and efficiency may suffer. Now let's talk about productivity, the amount of goods and services produced from each unit of labor input. A nation's standard of living depends on its ability to produce goods and services efficiently. When workers are more productive, because they have better tools, education, or technology, incomes tend to rise and people enjoy higher living standards. So here's another question. What are some ways a country can boost its workers' productivity over time? Next, let's consider what happens when too much money is put into circulation. Inflation occurs when prices rise across the economy, reducing the purchasing power of money. One common cause is when governments print too much money or increase the money supply too rapidly. When there's more money chasing the same amount of goods, prices go up. Finally, there's a classic trade-off between inflation and unemployment. In the short run, policymakers sometimes face a choice. Boosting spending or lowering interest rates can reduce unemployment, but it may also lead to higher inflation. Conversely, tightening the money supply can lower inflation, but often at the cost of higher unemployment. So to sum up, markets are powerful tools for organizing economic activity. Governments can sometimes help when markets fail. Productivity drives living standards, and inflation and unemployment are two sides of a policy balancing act.